What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this week's of the Rundown Retrospect, where I am always your host, Michael, alongside the man of the hour, Mr. Jeff himself,
Oh,
alongside the one and
The
only,
taco connoisseur
yeah,
and entrepreneur.
an entrepreneur. I like that.
Taco enthusiast.
Taco enthusiast, Mr. Evan himself. And this week on the Retrospect, like I said, if you never joined into the Retrospect before, we like to take our small up and coming stream friends and we want to get to know them a little bit better. Like, they're people just like you and me, and we want to know what they're streaming, what they're playing. How did they even get into Twitch to begin with? I want to get to learn a little more about them on the gaming side of things. And we have none other than Not Your Parents, GNS.
Hi.
welcome.
Hey.
I'm Brittany.
Thanks for having us. I'm Naldo.
Nice. So first thing I like to do when we get into this to kind of break the ice a little bit here. What was our first console? What was the first thing we remember playing on?
The Sega.
Sega.
Aladdin?
No, Sonic.
Sonic.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
That's
I
fair.
remember NES Zelda and having like an aunt like teach me how to play the game, and like the wheel starts spinning and finally starting to appreciate like the little hidden gems and secrets in the game. Like, oh.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
it was just all uphill from there.
Yeah, exactly. That was just frustration.
Nice.
All right, so I have to ask you one question since you started out on such old consoles, and I brought this up a few podcasts ago when we did it here. There was back in the day, they didn't have cheat code books, like no gameplay walkthroughs.
Are you doing
couldn't
that
go
phone
on-
number?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
asking them about the 1-800 phone number that you could call, and some guy named Greg would walk you through whatever issue you had to help you like get through those problems. Do you ever remember that?
No, but that sounds awesome.
I did
Oh
not
my
remember that.
I
but
thought
I've
this
heard of
was-
stories about that. For
I
sure.
thought it was a myth. I thought this was some bullshit Jeff was coming up with until I was watching some kind of podcast on YouTube. I don't remember what the hell it was. And then no, it was this guy. He's a Sony fanboy, and he was talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, Jeff wasn't lying. It was the shit's real. But yeah, apparently you would call some number and a guy named Greg would walk you through shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they just play that same level along with you, and you're like, oh, hey, I don't know how to jump on this cliff or whatever. And he'd be like, oh, well, you need to go over here and do a double jump and land on the block and then do another single jump to the ledge, and then you're good. I'm like,
It's like the original Ask Jeeves.
yeah.
Yeah, ask Greg where all your gaming
Greg.
needs.
Mm-hmm.
That is
Oh
awesome.
man.
I wish I knew about that though.
I
Right.
know, right?
So
Wish I could help you guys out sooner. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
I'm
um
disappointed.
this one's be a little different. I'm gonna try and do the best that I can here. I've never had like simultaneous people here, so there's a first for everything. But ladies first.
Okay.
So you started gaming on the Sega. You had Sonic.
Yes.
Would you remember playing any other games other than Sonic? Did you have like a favorite game on the Sega?
I mean, not really. It's me and my sisters, and so I
Mhm.
think our parents just got us games to like probably shut us up. More so, my grandparents. So I think that it was. I think I honestly only remember playing Sega. Like, I don't remember Sega, or not Sega. I'm sorry, Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
I only remember playing Sonic really until I started playing like Donkey Kong and then Mario's and all of that. But I just mainly remember Sonic on those big TVs with like the green, blue, red projector lights. I'm an 80s girl.
Hell yeah.
All over. But yeah, Naldo.
Old games I used to play other than
Mhm.
Zelda.
Yeah.
I remember like Mega Man on NES, and then Sonic. And I remember thinking like on the original Sega console how cool it was, like when Sonic 3 came out and then Sonic and Knuckles came out, you could like plug the games together.
Yeah.
That was fucking rad. And then Super Nintendo, when that came out, like Mario World, Mario RPG was amazing. I think that was like one of my first jumps into like the RPG genre, which is like one of my favorite genres, like the RPG, JRPG kind of games. Even though we don't stream those,
Mm-hmm.
but I love those games. I remember that being super awesome. Donkey Kong.
Looking back at yourself, looking back at your kid self playing those games. Did you ever in your mind think that it was going to get better than this?
Shoot.
I don't think my mind worked like that. It's just like, okay, this game's fun. Can't wait for the next one. But I don't think like I'm not much of like a forward thinker. I guess
Mhm.
like especially back then, I definitely
Right.
wasn't. I'm more now because I have to be because we're parents. But
Yeah.
back then, I just did not think like that. I would just play the same games over and over again. I was just happy when I got a new one.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. You play a lot of old games, and you go back and play them now, and you're like, sometimes they don't feel the same, or like
No.
sometimes they feel way harder. But maybe it's
They're
because we
way
just
harder.
I
Yeah,
can
you-
attest to that, dude.
Mhm.
I plugged in
Way
the PlayStation Classic on stream like a week or so ago, maybe two.
I want to time you out for just a
It's
second.
impossible.
What happened to you streaming the N64?
Oh, I have it. I'm
What? You need to.
I'm waiting. That's coming though.
Are you waiting for this?
No.
Ooh.
I got an HDMI adapter.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what this is. All right.
Yeah. No, so I plugged that in, and it is literally like we are spoiled now. Like if you look at the controller setup that we have with the joysticks and thumbsticks and all that shit, that does not translate well. Like it's a nightmare playing that.
Remember when you came over to my house? We hooked it up to my TV downstairs. It's like a 65-inch TV. It's so many pixels. It's just bad.
Yeah,
So many pixels.
It's not good. Like very big pixels.
yeah. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna have to hook it up to like a tube TV and like figure that shit out because
Well, like if
Yeah.
you watch like a lot of like not necessarily gaming channels on YouTube, but like game collectors on YouTube, they'll have all those N64 and NESs and Segas hooked up, but they'll all be hooked up to those like my mom calls them the big butt TVs.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You pretty much need one.
Yeah, for playing those 100%.
Yeah, buy the smallest screen you can and use that.
Exactly.
All right, so we started off on the NES and the Sega and everything, and we moved from there. Did the gaming continue as we got older, or did it kind of get put on the back burner until we were teenagers, or how did that work? Did we continue to stay our true gamer self?
For me, no. I was always like a casual gamer.
Mm-hmm.
So then my parents just bought us whatever new console was out, and I would just, like, the main thing I remember playing when I was a teenager, besides any of the Mario games, was like the Rugrats and Harry Potter games, which is so weird that there is a Rugrats game. But
I was about to
that's,
say,
like,
yeah,
one of
there's kind of a weird Rugrats game.
yes, and I played that, and I played the shit out of that.
Mm.
And then like the Harry Potter, but then it just kind of faded till I played Call of Duty or Halo with just an ex-boyfriend that would play games. And it wasn't until Naldo and I basically got together to where I actually got back into gaming a lot because of him. So for me, it
I
went
like
away,
that. That's
but
a
for
good. I
him-
like that story. Hell yeah,
Thank you.
Points for Naldo.
that's right. I love it. What about you, Mr. Naldo?
I stuck with it. I think after that, like when the PS1 came out, like I never owned an Xbox ever, which is crazy. But I was always a Sony guy, so I got super into Resident Evil. I got super into Final Fantasy, which I love those franchises still.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of followed that from like the PS1, the PS2. I started getting more into like because of Resident Evil, more into the Capcom games, so like the Devil May Cry, the Street Fighters, and then Final Fantasy with Square at the time. Like all their other IPs, like Parasite Eve, Vagrant Story, stuff like that. It kind of followed that later on,
Mm-hmm.
even until I started streaming alone. I was playing those two genres, those two series.
Did we have a lot of consoles growing up, Naldo? Other than
With the PS1, you had the PS2. My dad was he's still kind of a gamer, but at the time he was very much a gamer. So you get like the PS2,
mm-hmm.
And then later on, I remember my brother getting a GameCube, and that was a super exciting because that's it's like a ton of awesome games.
Hell yeah.
N64, so Zelda, and a lot of broken controllers from the joystick in the middle.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
those ones
Hmm.
give you blisters.
Yeah, and I think the PS4 was the one I got. I got later in the game, and then like we were together at the time because
Mhm.
the PS4 wasn't that long ago. And I remember PS4 Pro was like the first console I got that was like on launch night. I'm gonna get this. And then
Damn,
stuck in
that's
airplane.
cool.
Yeah.
And then for like just to get it to be like, well, this is the same experience but kind of louder. So
So, going back to like your kid or your teenage years, is there any of those games that you played that you wish you could go back and re-experience for the first time?
Mario 64. Oh, which reminds me, we need to get that because they came out with the new one on the Switch.
On the Switch, it's
Isn't
the
it
3
Mario?
games. Yeah, it's the 3 games in one. Yeah,
Yeah. To me, that's Mario 64. I spent so
just
much
dropping
time
the
with
penguin
that
off.
one.
You got to go to Japan and experience that in person.
I will
But it-
happen one day.
But it's a real penguin.
Yeah, you're gonna
Yeah.
kill the real penguin right off the ledge.
oh no, is there?
Oh,
Nope, you're good, Jeff. Keep talking.
What?
Oh.
Just go with something.
I
oh
gotcha.
no!
Is he upset about the penguin? Is that what happened?
That's
The penguin heard him. Came
And
for
the penguin,
revenge.
I'm out.
Man,
I can't show real tears on camera.
right?
It's hard because there's like a lot of games now that when you go back and play them, they're not like you remember. I don't know if that's like sometimes it's bad, but I don't know if it's like with new games. I say it all the time, like with new games, the graphics are so good, or the acting is so good, and the audio is so good that like we're spoiled now. Versus back in day where they didn't have voice
True.
acting, they had like Final Fantasy VII club hands and weird acting, and you had to read everything,
Mhm.
so you almost had to use your imagination and like go there in your mind.
But that kind of makes it a little bit better too, right? In a sense, like
Absolutely.
you get to make your own story alongside it.
You get to think of the voices in your head and like how they really acting. So now on the surface, when we see a new game and they're like it's not being portrayed like we want it to be,
They get mad.
yeah, and everyone's like, oh, I'm like, man, you don't know how it looks back then.
Rubble, rubble, rubble. Smash, smash. Angry.
Exactly.
So we get older, we grow up a little bit. We've got boyfriends, we girlfriends, all that stuff. We're gaming, and then we get a little bit older and we start streaming. What exactly got us into streaming?
I mean, Naldo got me into it.
2 points for Naldo.
He's
It's
racking
probably
them
just-
points up.
I know, guys.
It's probably one of those generic answers that I was watching Twitch streamers. I was watching a lot of Final Fantasy 14 streamers as I played that game, or I used to play it a lot. And I'm like, why can't I do this? And then like the newer consoles came along, like the PS4, and they had the go live button right there. So I would do that. And as dumb as it sounds, I used to take a lot of gaming photos for Instagram on my personal account. So I'm like, well, I could go live and I could take screenshots and I could do that. And eventually I met one of our main mods on our channel through the 14 community and started streaming, and it kind of spiraled from there. And Britt would make an appearance like once a week. It was kind of like an event every Sunday. We would do Switch Sundays, and she would play Mario Kart or Splatoon or something like that. And then it would be like twice a week we'd start playing Destiny or Warframe at the time.
Yeah.
And then we only had one kid at the time, so we eventually had, she gave birth to her second child, so there was no streaming for her. She was out.
Yeah, I just couldn't.
So after a few years, she started making an appearance again. We started playing new Call of Duty games. We started playing Mario Kart again. We started playing Splatoon again. And we're like, man, we really wanted to do this, but let's start a new channel with a different identity where it's both of us, and we'll keep the other channel if I want to play some one-off, Resident Evil speed runs or something like that.
So with you guys streaming together, has there been, whether it be tech-wise, Twitch-wise, viewer-wise, whatever the case you want to be, this question goes kind of all over the board here, but has there been any complications at all? Like, I know it probably hasn't been the easiest road, but has it necessarily been the hardest road as well?
As far as like issues with streaming.
Yeah, with being
or-
able to make that setup the way that you have it now.
Oh, I'm lucky enough. I'm still in the process of learning, so it was all just because Aldo is super smart.
We've been lucky that, like I said earlier, we did it on a different channel before,
Mm-hmm.
and it was kind of like it's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
We enjoyed like the two perspective gaming, where you can see both of us from two different sides and two different screens.
I love
so we had
that.
a lot of
Yeah.
trial and error that we did on the other channel. But I think one of the biggest, if there was any negative to it, is taking a lot of people from the old channel that knew us both that maybe
Yes.
didn't show up on those nights because maybe they weren't into Brit or they weren't into Mario Kart. They wanted to see Final Fantasy because they're super into that game. They didn't want to see anything else. So I said, hey, I'm on this new channel now. Like, if you want to come support us and help us out, come follow. And they didn't follow, or they come and they say funny things, but it's
What's
been awesome building a new community and doing it that way. And we've been very fortunate that all our mods followed us over, and a lot of our viewers followed us over from there.
How
You
long
guys
have
seem
you
to have a pretty good community? It's like
Yeah.
Kyle and I made it in your Discord that night. We all played Killing Floor,
Yeah.
and yeah, everybody seems super cool. We had a blast.
Yeah, we're lucky enough that we have so many awesome, genuine people, and they know like there's boundaries, and I think most people understand that. So to me, once you understand the boundaries, you know how much fun you can have and like things you can say and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So I think our community is fun, but it's also spicy. But it's not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a turn off or
Right.
offensive or anything like that. And they're so welcoming. Like everybody's just hyped to be there and
Yeah.
to just have have more friends and be able to talk about such a wide variety of things. So
Yeah, I think like
super lucky.
I think like the term, like they always say, like what does community mean? And it's such like a loaded question, but I feel like to see, you build a Discord or a community wherever it lives, and for you to step away from it because you're busy or whatever, and have those people hang out with each other and support each other, and and help each other with tech questions or anime or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's all
Absolutely.
about. It's awesome to watch.
So how as not your parents' GNS, how long have you guys been streaming total?
Since July 31st?
Yeah, the last day of July was our first official stream.
Yeah.
So wow.
Of this
So
year.
August, I guess.
But it also took
Incredible.
it took a little bit because we were only doing this channel like 2 nights a week, and Aldo would do his personal one the other 3, and then eventually we just started doing more and more
Yeah, it
on
just
this
became
channel.
too hard. I would go
So-
live on the wrong channel, and then it would just become this big mess.
Yeah, so I think like solid streaming August for sure.
Yeah, August, I would say.
have you guys had that? What was like your most memorable moment on stream so far?
That's a great
There's
question.
been quite a few.
There's been a lot. I think the first one that comes to mind is we got raided by Felicia Day, but we were both going to the bathroom.
So we came back to a very
It was 1,200 people, and then like
no, it was
you
16. It was 1,200 from Alicia, and then 400
yeah.
from someone like another actress, Amy. I forget her last name at the moment, but so she had 4. So together we come back from peeing to 1,600 plus people.
yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Wow.
something's happening.
Yeah.
So she thought GNS was Geek and Sundry,
Yeah.
like from that. So we were in the bathroom. So I think half the people did, but we still have people from that raid that still hang out with us
Yeah.
or still stream and let us know when they go live. And
That's
it was
amazing.
insane.
To that too
Wow.
is we have such an awesome community that they were trying to keep all the raiders in. They're like, they'll be right back. They'll come back. Just hold on. They'll be here. They're messaging us wildly, like, "Hey, get in
Get
here."
off the pisser.
So
Cut it
I
off.
think
Yeah.
I think that's another part to how awesome our community is, that they try to keep all these new people there, and I don't know. I think that's
And it was very
That's
early on. So
incredible.
we're
that's definitely one of the most memorable moments.
Bro, I
think.
would shit myself. I come back and I got 1,600 people. So
Good track.
I would
He's not
Yeah, it
lying.
was-
He really would.
I
Yeah. That was one of the like
Yeah, it was
wildest,
definitely a
most
test to
lucky
see if we could
nights.
handle
quick
it, like-
question. Do we have that clip somewhere?
I think
Oh
so. Actually.
yes,
I
we
think
do. It's on our It's in ours, and I think it says like "Thank you, Felicia Day."
Yeah, there's definitely
Oh.
one where it happens.
I'm
I'm
gonna have to look that up.
gonna have to
That's-
check that out.
Yeah, there's probably a couple of them, so it's all around that same time.
That
And I think
that is amazing.
Yeah, it was insane. So
I bet chat was ridiculous. Just
It
like
was.
Rolodexing, just
it was so insane. It was like you couldn't keep up. I had to rewatch stream like 4 times in slow mo, like the next day. I tried to be like,
Mhm.
oh shoot, I didn't even read that comment. And I think we just sat there talking in chat for like 30 minutes before someone's like, "Are you gonna play?"
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why we're here.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot that's a thing. There's 1,600 people of you in here. Okay.
Yeah. It
Um.
was pretty.
Holy crap. Um. So, 3 of us, or 4 out of the 5 of us here, are parents.
maybe all.
That we know of. You are exactly right. What do your kids think about this? What's their take on mommy and daddy being, famous streamers?
Oh gosh. Well, our 9-year-old, he understands what we're doing because he watches a lot of kids YouTube and the
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft people, and
Mhm.
and Disney Plus or Disney Channel used to have this other shows that they would put on to his streamers. Basically, it was actually pretty awesome. But so he understands what we're doing and
Mm-hmm.
he's excited for it. And so, and then our 4-year-old does. He's like,
He's
"Oh,
like,
cool,
whatever."
games." Like they know what we're doing. He knows that we're
Mhm.
streaming. He knows it's important and things like that. But I mean, they've never said anything bad about it. So
Yeah, we actually
that's
asked.
good.
We asked our 9-year-old, I'm like, "Hey, do you want to, start Twitch streaming when you get older?" He's like, "Nah, I just want to make videos and put it on YouTube. It's way easier." I'm like, all right then. He's already got it figured out. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
a fair argument.
my 7-year-old had he won an award for something at school. I think it was like, I don't remember what the hell it was. It was a long time ago. It was great. I got it hung up in the kitchen. I just don't remember what it is right at this moment. But with that being said, I think it was like for perseverance or something along those lines. But he's standing up there. They're giving him this award, and they're talking all these good things about him, and then they say, "Well, Michael, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And at the drop of a dime, he goes, "I'm gonna be a YouTuber when I grow up." It's like, all right,
Aw.
you got it, kiddo.
I
That's
know,
awesome.
Dad.
Yep, he already knows.
It's awesome.
Wow, that
Evan, what about your oldest? I know he games a lot.
Yeah.
See,
I don't know. He wants to do stuff on YouTube. He's trying to do TikTok. He wants to do Twitch. I don't know. He's all over the place.
How old is
But he's
your
like
oldest?
8.
Oh.
But he just basically plays Fortnite and Among Us. That's it.
yeah, I brought my kids over to your house the other day, and I was like, "What'd you do today, buddy?" He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I just played Among Us with Jackson Everly." I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yep. And then my daughter's way into it, so they have to take turns on the Switch and the PlayStation. It's just
Oh my
I
god.
don't know. I'm trying to get him away from Fortnite and play anything else.
Not my son. My son hates it.
I wish,
Really?
man.
My son cannot stand it. Mm-mm.
Our oldest
No, but I call it
loves
that
Fortnite.
Evan mentality, where like, I can't shoot you if you're building a house. Like, stop.
Stupid, man.
Yeah, our oldest loves Fortnite, but he plays it with his cousin and they FaceTime each other the whole instead of just like voice chatting, they'll
Right.
FaceTime each other. But if he's not playing with his cousin, he's on Minecraft or Miles Morales or
Oh, so
Animal
good.
Crossing.
Oh, such a good game.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
We're
amazing.
lucky enough that he's a gamer. Like he considers himself a gamer. I'm gamer Noah.
He goes
Hell
ham.
yeah, I love that's you starting them off right. I
Yeah.
love it.
He just left Final Fantasy 15, so
Oh yeah, let him try that. He enjoyed it.
That was such a good game.
yeah, he loved it.
So as gamers, what games do y'all enjoy as gamers?
feel like I enjoyed the last couple of games that we've been playing. I like horde style games. I like running and gunning, which is why I love Call of Duty. And I like games like that, but then I also really like challenging ones, which to me is Fall Guys. So I'm lucky that we play a lot of the games that I enjoy playing.
Mm-hmm.
And Aldo has a different story.
Yeah. Well, I feel like the cool thing about this channel is that I'm playing a lot of games I usually wouldn't on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I think her would play like a lot of like this basic multiplayer Call of Duty, not battle royale, but like deathmatch. And she would get into it
Yeah.
and get super aggressive
Ragey.
playing it, and stuff like that. But for me, like I was playing at least the last couple months, like a lot of Resident Evil 2 Classic and Remake, and like a lot of Final Fantasy 14.
How do you feel about the remake?
I like it. I like it. I like the way they ended it. I feel like they're like put a good question mark. You know, like this is what we did, so no one knows what's going to happen moving forward.
Yeah,
Right.
because I just know a lot of people were excited about it. So
I feel like if they didn't do that, then I might have not been as into it. Because there was a lot of questions leading up to the end of it. But with that, I feel like it kind of leaves part two in a lot of mystery, which I think is needed, so no one could predict the end. It could be exactly what we all expect, but with this channel, because I'm playing so many different games, it's been a fun ride, opening up my eyes to a lot of new games and horde style, like we said. Because I like on that channel or on Not Your Parents that we could play not only us with two perspective, we could have 1, 2, 3 other people play with us.
Yep.
What was
So it
the
always-
what was the dinosaur game y'all were playing a week or two ago?
Ooh. Second Extinction.
Yeah,
That
I was
game,
eyeing that game for. a while.
I'm starting to eye that game a little bit because that actually looked pretty cool. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie
like,
about
super
that.
the early access game, and it seems like the updates are rolling out pretty quick. But it's cool because it's got like the horde style, but with dinosaurs.
But with
But
dinosaurs, yeah.
It drops you on a map though, so you have this big open area to wander
Yeah.
if you really want to. But it'll give you a couple objective markers or tell you what you need to do. So you're either
So
left to go
fun.
figure it out or travel as a group to the next objective. So it's kind of cool.
Hell
okay,
yeah.
sorry, I was just checking it out. I was like, is it crossplay?
It's on sale.
It's on sale for next day or two.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
the
till the
biggest
5th.
question is it controller enabled?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I only play with controller. I
No,
cannot
my
do
hands are
mouse.
still they're still in the position. I'm good.
You'll get used to it, man. It's all good.
But yeah, it is controller enabled, and it really is super fun. So if you like those style Left 4 Dead-ish type games and murdering dinosaurs,
It's not forgiving. I played by myself just to test it out. I was like, I felt like I was getting attacked by 3-4 players amount of people. So I was like,
So
oh,
that was gonna be my next question. Is you stream Not Your Parents GNS, but do either of you stream by yourself?
not anymore.
Okay.
Not
Well, are you able to? With that being said, like, are you? So I'm sure you're still able to kind of be able to play the games that you want, right? Like on your own
Oh, yeah.
time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I play a lot of weird like anime music games. Like I was doing that
Yeah.
earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
where there's like keyboard, like Guitar Hero games.
Are you
I got-
excited about the Nier Automata
Oh, I love that game.
sequel?
Yes.
it's a beautiful game.
Yeah. I never finished it, but it's really cool.
So I love those kind of games.
I have a fun question.
Yeah,
real
buddy,
quick.
hit us with it.
Yeah, so, because I know you're like talking about the ending to Resident Evil 2, the remake. Is there any game that you've played where the ending was just either emotional or caught you off, like surprised you loved it, like just an overwhelming feeling?
Maybe
of emotion?
maybe a tier or two.
Yeah,
To
something.
me, that's Life is Strange. That's what it's right. Right?
Fantastic game.
Right?
I
Yes, right? Okay, everybody was quiet for a second. Like, is that not the game?
Yeah, it's a good game.
Oh
Life is Strange.
my
Yes,
God.
that one, I cried so much throughout that game.
Did you play the other
So-
game that company came out with?
The,
What the little
oh,
boy
the-
with powers?
I did not play that one.
Oh, that one's so good
But
too.
it
It's
was-
such a
I heard
brother
it
on
was-
brother type of love. Oh
Oh, nice.
gosh, such. First off, Life is Strange is amazing.
Yes.
So if you haven't ever played that, please just, even if it's like the first episode, just check it out. Because I promise you that first episode will have you, well, no, I need to play some more because now I have a lot of questions. I need to know how this, I need these answers.
Yep. Sucks you in.
That's a great answer. Britt. What about you, Nala?
Tearjerker lately.
I mean, really doesn't even have to be lately, just in general. Like,
Well, Nier
Just like
Automata was on that one. If you had gotten through, because that game has a A through Z amount of endings. If you got through the main bulk of them, Final Fantasy 15 had a pretty tear-jerking ending. 7, depending how you took it. Final Fantasy. The Last of Us 1, I thought was pretty emotional. Had me thinking for
hands
days.
down.
The next morning, I beat it super late in the evening, and I'm like, the next day, I'm like, this is fucking me up bad right now. Like, I'm thinking
Just
about
the
it still.
intro, like
I was about to say
had me in my
that game
feels.
just stabs you in the gut for the whole time,
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
whole
yeah,
40
the
hours.
beginning. I watched
Yep.
a Seth Rogen YouTube on it before I wanted to go out and buy it.
Yeah, I remember watching
He played
that.
the intro of it on like some YouTube video, and I was like, oh, I need to play this game.
He was on, I think it was Conan.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
That was a good one.
Shit, Jeff, you're gonna help me out. What was mine? It's sorry, it's late. I'm forgetting.
I think it was wasn't it Last of Us?
I think it might.
Also?
I think it might have been The Last of Us. Also,
I know that
yeah.
was mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Honestly, I think mine. I've had a couple. Mine was The Last of Us. Ghost ended on a note like that as well. There was one line in that game was like it was about tradition. I think he was going back and forth with his uncle about tradition. And again, here it goes. I'm sorry. See, this happened. I don't know. Maybe it's a loose cord. I'll figure it out. Figure it out. It'll be okay. I can cut these parts out.
I know mine was Miles Morales, actually. The ending was really, really good.
But you know, that makes sense. I walked in and our son looked like he had been crying or something.
Aw.
So
Poor guy.
There's just like it's because what I love about the Spider-Man series is like no matter if it's Miles Morales or Peter Parker, they each lose someone they care about, right?
yeah.
And it's just a trend. But like I don't know, just watching the emotional connections and stuff really just makes it more of a heavy feeling towards the end. So and more of an attachment, and you're like, oh damn, I feel bad, like this happened to him, and you're like, oh damn, tear.
I think you connect with the players
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
and their relationships too. So totally.
Oh well, I guess he's back. You good?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck's going on with this thing. I don't know if it's a loose wire or cable. It's never done this before, and I've used this thing for over a week now.
What? Are you in trouble? Are you good?
For now, I will. Like I said, I can figure out something in post editing. Yeah, mine was Last of Us, and if it happens again, I'm just gonna use I literally have a webcam sitting right here. Yeah, mine was Last of Us. What else did we have? Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Ghost of Tsushima. Like I said, it ended with him arguing with his uncle, and he goes, he's like, "You're rebellious to tradition," and he looks at his uncle and he goes, like, "Oh, you're a slave to it," or something like that. And of course, that whole fight begins. And then I think for mine mostly was the Uncharted series. The Uncharted series is my favorite game series of all time, and I had followed that game since PS3. And then with the ending of Uncharted 4, with him having a daughter and leaving that world behind, I was just like, it's one of those games where I finished. I'm like, well, what do I do with my life now? 'Cause I've literally
Restart them.
I've grown up with this game. Like it was everything I ever wanted in a video game.
It's awesome though.
That was great. So I want to get into a little bit about your setup. You can give us a quick little rundown about what you got going on there.
How nerded out do you want this explanation?
I mean,
He's not even kidding. So
I
serious.
know I'll be able to understand it. I promise you. You can tell me all the cores and threads and everything like that you want. They may not necessarily understand.
I don't want to go too ham. All right, so we have one streaming PC. It's got 3900X. That's a 12-core,
AMD.
24-thread.
Yep.
And it's got a 1660 Ti.
Okay.
And we have 2 internal capture cards and 2 cam links into that. And then our
Well, you
mics
have how many
and
capture cards? You got 2 capture cards?
There's 4 in there. So there's 2 internals on the board and then 2 external for the cameras.
Holy shit!
Mind you, all this stuff was collected over time on another
Yeah.
channel, so it wasn't
It
all
was
like
not
at once.
overnight.
So it wasn't overnight on this one stream.
No,
it's
guys, no,
first-
no. Get yourself a
I know,
wife
I
or a
was walking
husband
through
and
the-
start streaming, and this is what
Walking
you'll
through
get.
the door with a box full of shit, just like all stuff.
They found it at a garage sale. Don't worry.
So we're halfway there. We're most of the way there before.
I didn't realize a computer could hold that many capture cards. Holy shit!
Yeah, it's a struggle because of a more deep nerded lane argument with motherboards. But
Future.
so there's 4 cards in there.
True.
From there, we have the 2 cameras. There's Sony A5100s.
Yep.
And then we have Rode Procasters into a Focusrite 2i2.
Hey, that's what I got. That's what I'm using right here.
There you
Hell yeah, I love that thing.
Yeah, I love it.
It's amazing. I actually, like I said, this podcast, I Googled everything for a podcast that I would need for like a whole straight year before we ever started podcasting, and the 2i2 was like one of the few things that came up over and over again, and I have fallen in love with this box.
No, I love it. It makes it so much easier. And all the stuff I'm saying, I have a setup page on our page about it.
Yeah.
But our my gaming PC is a Intel 8700K with a 2080,
So you run an
And
Intel
Brits is
and
a-
AMD.
and then Brits is a 3700X with a 1070 Ti. So hers is AMD, and we run those both into the streaming PC.
What's your thoughts on the two?
I love hers more. I love her processor more. I actually used to use that as a streaming PC processor.
The Intel processor?
No, the AMD.
Oh, the AMD.
3700X.
Okay, excuse me. Yeah, I was about to say I have AMD Ryzen 7 2700X. That's what I've got.
Fall in
I
love
love
with
it.
Ryzen.
And and that's the thing. Like I built my PC mainly more towards the editing side, not really so much for the gaming side. And I know with AMD you have to have faster memory.
Yes.
So yeah, and sure enough, that's exactly what I did. I got the 2700X with the 32 gigs of RAM at 3200 megahertz, and the 2070 Founders Edition with the Asus ROG V7 motherboard, I believe is which one that is. Fantastic. I love AMD. I will always talk good about AMD.
Yeah, I think
I
moving
have
forward,
computer.
AMD.
Chat, if you're wondering, Jeff has a pre-built CyberPower PC that he's going to upgrade eventually.
That thing looks nice though.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very surprised with his setup. I really am. It actually runs really well.
Mhm.
Because he's running AMD as well.
Sure.
AMD is the way.
Yeah, especially now AMD is definitely the way.
And if you guys are wondering what my setup is, just ask Michael, because I have no idea.
You mentioned DM. Hey, ask you about his PC.
I was curious. Do you know what kind of motherboard he's got in there? Or...
With it being CyberPower pre-built, it's some basic, like, not to be mean, but it's just, whatever their in-house motherboard is. Your processor is a Ryzen 5. Your graphics card is a AMD Radeon 560, I want to say is what it is.
I like how when he talks about mine, he gets like this scowl on his face. He's just like,
Well, it's because I've talked so much about mine, and I know Evan's is, you go to PC Part Picker, and you just find the most expensive one, and that's Evan's. But yours is, we don't really talk about yours a whole lot because you don't really know a whole lot about it, so it's kind of hard for me to remember it.
because I literally use it to stream. Like that's it.
Yeah. But it's
Well, now
okay.
you use it to play Remnant from the Ashes.
There we go.
There you go.
'Cause
But-
I had to.
And eventually Second Extinction, because I'm looking at that. I have a fucking Steam gift card, so that's probably
Dude.
gonna happen.
Yes.
Are you gonna gift me Second Extinction? Thank you so much.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Told you.
He says things.
No, I think your setup is amazing, and like I said earlier before the show started, the fact that you've been able to do everything that you've been able to do, I find it's astonishing to me. Just the 4 capture cards and the streaming and being able to get on there and switch between scenes. And then like Jeff had
Wow.
stated something. It's late. Jeff had stated something in the messages earlier. Do you have that message still pulled up from Naldo? Like the way that Naldo worded it?
Oh, I
no,
don't.
that makes me
I don't write
nervous.
or read good.
He doesn't.
No.
There's
You
like a
put it.
block
You
of
put
text,
it in
like,
more of a
read it, read it,
technical term, and Jeff's like, yeah, whatever this means.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Ah,
Sure.
So
like,
before
"Yeah, sounds good."
while he gets to that, and I was like, "What is he even?" I was like, "Okay, sure." I didn't know you could do that either. But now that I'm actually looking at it, I see what you've done. You've put a Discord call, right? And then you've screen captured the window.
No, actually, I
No?
opened up. I use regular OBS, and
Okay.
if you guys use regular OBS, if you go into it, it's called, where your like start streaming, start recording is.
Yeah.
Right below it, there's start virtual camera. So just go ahead and start it, and then go into your Discord, and it'll capture whatever the screen is, not the audio, but the screen. of
screen,
OBS.
right.
So you could,
Okay.
like, for us, we could like do this real quick. It becomes like a hot mess, but yeah.
That is awesome. You do that on a Stream Deck?
With the switch right there, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and I was like, no, I got no idea what he was talking about. Then I saw it. I was like, oh, okay, that doesn't look too difficult. It's like just screen capturing a window, but you're using OBS, so you got the thing. Okay, cool.
But tip for like if you're doing, especially now with everyone staying home, it's good if you have like for teachers and stuff, if they want to make a cool OBS screen for their kids they're teaching and stuff, they could do that. Just take it over.
Hell
to,
yeah.
Like a Zoom call or a Google Meet or something.
Shit, I'm sorry. I'm captivated by your setup. I'm getting lost in my questions here. How did Jeff, Evan? Did y'all have anything I wanted to add? I'm not trying to take over the interview here.
Oh no, I mean I'm just like you, and I've expressed this before to them. Like just the way that you guys are on camera, like your setup, it's an amazing thing to watch, and I love being there when I can.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate the time difference though.
Yes.
Time zones.
Seriously.
Yes, stupid.
Um,
But yeah,
yeah, just the
I
way
get
the
it.
way you carry yourself, like I just definitely hands down one of my favorite channels to watch. So please,
Yeah.
anyone in the chat, if you haven't stopped by there,
Yeah.
please do. Not Your Parents GNS. How on the gaming side of things, just because I don't want to get too personal, but more along the lines of the gaming side of things, how have y'all been hit by Corona in any negative way at all?
I mean, it's so weird to say this, but we actually have not really been impacted through our lives. But as far as the impact goes, I mean, we weren't going out and doing things anyway because we have kids, so a lot of our time is spent at home. I
Mhm.
think the biggest impact is the fact that our kids just don't go to school anymore; they just
Yeah.
do it at home.
They kind
But
of lose
with
that
the
social aspect.
industry that we work in, that never shut down. So we every day I cannot talk. I'm sorry. Every day it felt so weird. Like in the beginning when we'd go to the store, because our daily lives were fine until we go to the store and we're like, shit is weird. Like
Yeah.
why are the shelves empty? Every
Mhm.
day is normal.
Why can I not find toilet paper?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it wasn't
so
until we left the building we
crazy.
work in that we're like, oh yeah, something's going on in the world. And if anything,
Yeah.
the industry we work in has been busier than ever. It's been kind of nuts. So yeah, it wasn't until like school's the biggest thing. So with the kids being home and them being they're social butterflies. So them being stuck home with each other has been kind of
Has,
rough.
has
but
that impacted your streaming or your gaming at all? Did you have to make changes or anything around that?
I don't think so.
Not-
Only
I
because
don't think so.
we kind of stream later because of that, so we can make sure like we get home from work, we have like mom pop with kids,
Yep.
and we eat dinner and we do the normal stuff, and then we sacrifice sleep to stream basically.
Yeah.
So we make sure we don't take away any of that family time, unless it's every now and then if they're up late and stuff.
Yeah, that was my wife's rule. She's like, you have to designate one day for me. It's like, do whatever you're gonna do, whether it's your podcast or your editing or your streaming, but you got to designate one day. It's like, all right, I can do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like before I started streaming with him, because he's been doing it for so much longer than I have, I kind of had that too. I was like, well, it's the weekend, like don't day stream. Or if I knew that I was gonna be busy with the kids, we're like, hey, if you want to do a day stream this weekend, like I'm gonna be gone on Saturday. But I feel like now the hours that we stream now are the hours that he was streaming before. It's just
Yeah.
the only difference is I'm able to be here because our kids go to sleep either early or by themselves. Like I tuck them into bed and then they fall asleep. But I don't think that and it sounds sad to say, but our life, like I don't think our game or anything has been impacted by
Mm-hmm.
the pandemic at all.
I definitely don't want it to kind of sound bad in any way, but it's kind of like with the two of y'all, like you can't have one without the other. Because if it's just Naldo, then they're like, "Where's Britt?" If it's just Britt, they're like, "Where's Naldo?"
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Yeah.
y'all are stuck there as a duo.
I think
Yeah.
that was the whole reason why we did this, though.
Yeah, we kind of made the other channel around that because what would end up happening was, like I said, she would come on the other channel, then suddenly the library games changed for like a week or a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
the way we planned it, and then people would get used to her being there, and she would be gone, and then suddenly things kind of fell off viewer wise, and then she wouldn't be around for a couple of months, and she would come up, and you would think, oh, it's gonna be hype, the wife's there, we're gonna play some new games, but the new viewers were like, no, we're not. Why aren't you playing Resident Evil?
Yeah.
So we're like, oh, let's just rebrand, start this with both of us. And we kind of make it a point because we follow a lot of other couple streams,
Mm-hmm.
and not to discredit them, but like we've absolutely avoided not having a solo night.
Yeah.
Even with a solo night, we're both here. It might
Yeah.
be like I'm playing Resident Evil, but she's in the corner and having a reaction to it, or she's playing like a weird VR game and I'm in the corner, laughing at her doing it.
And managing chat, things like that.
So if people come in, it doesn't.
It's not like, oh crap, it's only one of them.
Yeah,
So
because we.
Right.
what he's trying to say is that when we started this channel, posted his personal one, was this one is just for us and only us. Never single streamers.
Yeah, and we.
Single one of us, I should say.
Some of our favorite partner streamers,
He's
even.
gone again.
Like it'll be months where we're like, "Where's the other person? Where's the other person?"
Yeah.
And someone might really enjoy the female's personality or the
That's
husband's
true.
personality or something, but it's always like that ping pong off them.
Have you guys ever tried to like do the same stream but play two different games?
No,
Yeah.
because I feel
I
like
think we have for like memes.
yeah, we would
I mean,
for like
Thinking of the
But-
chaos that could be.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've thought about it. Like, hey, if you want to play 14, then I'll be in the corner playing like Tetris or something that's just there, so I can still be here. But I feel like I don't. Most of the games, every single game we play with our community. So I feel like that would be just weird to not do that. I guess.
I gotcha. Makes sense.
What VR platform do you all use?
Oh, PlayStation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that was the Halloween night. What was that game?
Oh, it was called
Oh,
Rush of Blood.
Rush of Blood.
It's like
I
a
played it in VR.
jump scare
Oh,
kind of game.
That's the
on
one I had
rails.
you play, Jeff, when you came over. The
Petrifying.
Yeah.
like the roller coaster type.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that game's terrible.
That shit was
Yes.
awesome. We played that shit for
100%
hours.
agree.
Like it's terrifying. And like by the end of it, my shoulders were just knives in them for like 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah.
It was
It's,
exhausting.
it's
They
pretty
call
hard to
me all
use it.
shaky hands now because it was like
Yeah.
the whole time.
Well, you're doing this for like however many hours, your hands up above your head, and it's like
Yeah.
Right.
We played that, and then like another day we did Arizona Sunshine for
Oh, that
hours.
was fun.
Ooh, I heard about
Yeah.
that one.
It's crazy.
That one's a really good
I'll
time.
have to check that one out. I
I
love
want to
VR.
get.
VR
I
is
want to
so
get one for
fun.
the PC.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
I want to get like the Oculus or some shit.
Oh, that would be.
Is your setup behind you, or you just sit this way, or is that another computer, Evan?
That's my girlfriend's setup.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and that's right
nice.
here. Yeah, she
Oh, so
just
she
started
games too?
streaming like the other day.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
Yeah, so we're working on getting her to affiliate, and she's pretty much been playing like Smash Brothers,
Oh, nice.
Nice.
streaming the Switch.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
This
Hey, Michael.
sucks.
yeah.
Hey, you
You don't
fixed
look
that
as
pretty
good
quick
now.
though.
Yeah. Well, I still had everything plugged in. I just cat. I just had to plug the other one in. Hey Jeff, you want to hit him with some rapid fire questions?
Oh, fun.
Hmm.
I love it
Hey.
already.
I know.
Favorite
I'm
kind
trying.
of taco.
Man, I love that mouse pad. Jeff. Speaking
Oh,
of
thank you.
Brett.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I just when you because you rapid fired me. Like,
I know, that's why I hired you. Has there ever been a game that set you off?
Like makes us mad.
Death by Daylight.
Ooh. Overwatch
Oh yeah.
makes me very angry.
Okay.
I love it.
I like it
pre-
already.
pre-stream ritual.
Shower, blow dry my hair, and do my makeup.
Shower, and then I'll towel dry in here because it's hot in here.
You use an air dry in there.
Like a sauna.
Oh, and obviously tuck the kids in.
Yeah, that.
Whenever you tuck them in, are they like, "Good night, mom. Good night, dad. Have a good stream."
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
They know.
Hell
They're
yeah.
like, "Are you streaming tonight?" Or like, "Yeah." So they're just the coolest. They're
Mhm.
like, "Okay, love you. Come check on me later."
Keep it down
I
in
always-
there. We're trying.
Yeah,
to
we're trying to sleep. Keep it down there. Has there ever been a game that you thought you would hate but you ended up loving, or even vice versa, a game that you thought you would love but you ended up hating?
The game that I thought I would love and ended up hating is Overwatch. I hate it completely. And the game that I thought I would not like and I actually do love is Warhammer Vermintide 2.
Yeah, Warhammer. For
Thought
me,
I was gonna hate it.
I thought I wasn't going to be into that, but I really enjoy the game. The same thing with Call of Duty. I've never been like a Call of Duty fan, but I love Call of Duty Zombies. I think it just kind of fits the mold of everything else we play, but I absolutely love that.
We're definitely gonna have to get in on that together. I'd like to game with y'all at some point on that.
Fun. Oh, and Killing Floor 2. Didn't think I'd like it. Hated it actually the first time I played it, and it wasn't until like the third time till I was like, "Oh, this is fun."
Oh, someone said Overcooked. Yeah, we almost got like an actual fight after that.
Oh
Game.
no, Naldo hated that one. I ruined.
I had a
his whole
text her on stream. I'm like, I
experience.
can't. Just stop, please.
We went on break. He was like, "Will you stop?"
Yeah, she Gordon Ramsay'd the whole stream.
That's what you're in divorce court. Why are y'all divorced? Well, let's see. There's this little game called Overcooked.
Your Honor, have you heard of Overcooked 2? I rest my case.
That game was rough, man.
That's
The
how I
judge's
am
like,
with.
makes sense.
That's how I am with Mario Party. I fucking hate it. so
What? I
much.
love Mario Party.
Oh,
Fuck
I
that
love
game.
Mario Party.
Nope.
Oh, mine's Apex. I can't stand that shit.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's a rough one.
All right, Fortnite for me. I can't. I don't like Fortnite.
I mean, I've never
That's it.
played Apex or Fortnite, but I've watched my son play it, and just from secondhand playing it, I don't like
He
it.
gets pretty upset with Fortnite.
Well, anytime you play a first-person shooter, just imagine that every time you shoot a bullet at them, they put a shield up. Every single time.
Right.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
Or it's like in Call of Duty where you shoot him 5 times and then nothing happens and they stab you in the face and you die.
Yep.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's pretty much exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hated Apex when it first came out, but now I'm getting better at it.
Like I'll play it. Like I play with X. Actually, he's in chat talking about how he thought he would hate Apex, but actually likes it. I like playing with people, right?
Yeah.
I will make the sacrifice to play with people that I want to play with.
He suffers for his friends.
But
A
at the
true
core,
pro.
at the exactly, but at the core of my being and the deepest, darkest part, like of my soul, I would, if I had a physical copy of that game, I would use it for literally any other purpose other than putting it in my PlayStation and turning it on.
And what game was this? What game was this, Jeff?
Apex.
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 But because I
So
have people
very-
that I want to play with and they want to play that, I will do so.
I think I don't mind Apex because it doesn't take long to load in. They're not super huge matches, and like I don't spend a lot of time waiting. So I feel like that's the more forgiving one for me.
I've never played Apex.
Might be one you try, bro.
It's pretty
Maybe.
fast paced.
See, she's more the shooter kind of gal than I
Yeah.
am.
Super sweaty.
Are there any games in 2021 that you're looking forward to?
Party Animals. That looks hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
That does look funny.
It looks super fun.
Back for Blood.
Back for Blood. So much. I'm so excited for
Mhm.
Back for Blood. And God, I feel like there's another one. I just don't remember it.
There's a Nier Automata, the
Oh yeah.
the game before it, the original Nier. That's
Mhm.
getting re-released next year, so I'd love to try that game out.
Yeah.
I'm expecting a Final Fantasy 14 expansion news at least
Ooh.
next year, or this year, I guess.
Oh, Harry Potter. Sorry. I
Yep.
don't want to forget.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yes. Okay. Right before we wrap it up here, I got one last question for you. And that question is here. Let me get my notes out here. Well, two questions actually. What advice do you have for people that want to start streaming?
You want to go first?
Oh, just do it.
Yeah.
As silly as that is, but if you're even thinking about it, then obviously part of you wants to do it. And if you're already gaming, just go live. Do it then, because you don't know who you're gonna meet and where that'll take you. So,
Yeah, you don't know what
People-
follies you're gonna have
yep.
and what things you might be into. I think a lot of people too might overthink, like, oh, I love like something like Apex or Call of Duty or WoW or something, and it's super oversaturated. I'm like, just go live and have fun.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know.
Nope.
Yeah, well, that's one
Anything
thing.
can happen,
Yeah.
really.
That's what I love about watching Evan girlfriend Sarah's channel is that she's not playing these oversaturated games like Call of Duty or whatever else, whatever new release, Cyberpunk or whatever it's out there. She's playing these games, like Smash Brothers or The Sims and things like that have their own little community. And you get somebody in there playing stuff like that, and the next thing you know, you've got 15, 20 people in there. Because because people forget that there's also these little communities for those type of games as well.
Yep.
The
I think it's super important to play those older games. Or like I used to play a lot of Final Fantasy 14, which in the middle of the night nobody was watching. I felt like, but play it because you enjoy it, because the people that do come in,
mm-hmm. Those are going to be the ones that stick
they're-
around with you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Where do we have a goal for our stream for 2021?
I don't. Oh, for the whole year.
We kind of make tiny goals all the time.
Yeah.
We
I
kinda
love
make,
that.
like,
I love that mindset. My college professor taught me about that. He's like, don't make big goals, make a bunch of little small goals, because you're gonna easily hit those small goals before you hit the big ones, and that gives you more drive to go to the next goal.
Yep.
You feel
Would
more
would
accomplished.
you right exactly? Would you feel comfortable sharing any of those small goals at all?
I think, we kind of like a small goal driven channel, I guess.
Yeah.
But a lot of them in the beginning were like, we want to hit obviously affiliate in the beginning, or we'll see our numbers at the end of the month for like we hit this many followers, or we gain this many followers and our average viewers. So like let's next month try to match or beat that, or let's try to get to this amount of followers at the end of the month.
Yeah.
The course partnership is, I'm sure, what everybody wants.
Yep.
But we don't want to make that the end game. We want to keep going. We want to be able to make better content. I think a lot of another one of our goals we've been working on, and I think it helps if there's two of us, because me alone would not be able to do it, and I'm sure Britt alone would be able to do it, is social media.
Yeah.
She handles like all of our Twitter, I handle all the Instagram. We kind of both handle TikTok together, and we try to make sure we make content everywhere. On top of our YouTube, we're lazy on YouTube, but
Yeah.
Are
we
there
try.
are there any plans for the YouTube?
Right now, we've
Do
kind of
more of it.
what we do have on YouTube is like prank videos and then highlights. So they're like that's that right now, but we haven't put a video up in a couple months. But
It's been crazy.
we get behind like with work and stuff, so we try to ping pong off each other. So if there's like a new tweet I see, I'll hit her up like, hey, did you respond to this? Or if there's a new Instagram, hey, did you read that and reply to it? I think alone that might be overwhelming as much as we try to take on with social media. But I think
Crazy.
we try to do that. Like, hey, today we're gonna do one on everything.
Yeah. Like, quick, think of a TikTok. I'm like, I don't know. And then,
Yeah.
and then the ones that we don't think are gonna do good are the ones that have crazy views. So it's like
We try not to get complacent.
TikTok
We try to
is weird.
once we hit the next, whatever small goal that is, like, oh, hit 10 followers, this week, then
Yeah.
we try to like, okay, what's the next thing we can do, or what's something we can change on stream? Can we make it look better? Can we do a different transition, or can we do something?
Yeah. I have a lot of like personal goals, like, hey, try not to scream so much.
Yeah.
That I never accomplish those.
No.
But it's
Those are
just,
the best ones.
'cause-
Mhm.
Thank you. But like, I try to do like a lot of keep your mind, be mindful of how loud you're speaking and how close you are to the mic and things like that. So those are my little goals. Is just to do better that way, or to not interrupt Naldo as much.
Yeah, or vice versa.
I must not be there for those because I don't ever catch that.
Oh, really?
Y'all have
Yeah,
always-
so that's been a good work in progress.
Yeah, I was about to say, from what I've seen, like, you're always really good back and forth. It's always, one talks, the other, then, once one's finished, the other talks. I mean, it's always been good on my end from what I've seen. But also at the same time, like, I'm, very new to your channel, so, I've probably been, in there probably four or five times here lately. Do you have an end goal for your channel at all? Is there a place you want to see it before you decide to put it down?
Just successful, and whatever that means to us, I think at the time.
Yeah.
And right now, I feel like it's successful, and I
Super
just wanted to keep doing it
successful.
'cause
Hell yeah.
just in the just like at meeting people and playing games and trying new games and building these friendships and these bonds, that to me is where I feel like the most successful. Like, I don't even have to stream, but I can call up a person that I know that lives in London and they're my friend. Like, that's crazy. So to me,
Yeah.
that's success. But I don't know. I think just to keep having fun is the ultimate goal.
That
Yeah.
wedding that I'm going to this coming weekend is actually from a guy that I started gaming with about 5 years ago, and we used to game all the time, but kids and everything now. He's getting married, and also I will be meeting him for the first time in person to be in his wedding from somebody that I
So
met
cool.
playing. I think we met playing Call of Duty or the Division 1. It was one
Yeah.
of them, but yeah.
That
Yeah.
to me is what success to
Mhm.
me is. So
I love that answer. I think that is a amazing answer personally.
thank you.
Jeff, Evan, did y'all have any questions?
There is one question in the chat from True Voice with Kelsey. When are we gonna have that Among Us stream?
Oh
Gosh.
man.
Probably never ever, and you know that true.
Yeah, we know true. It's hard. We
It's
actually
so
tested
hard,
it
and
because
that's why.
she's right there. So if she's, the bad guy,
If I'm the imposter,
Barrier,
you can clearly
some
see it.
sort of barrier, right?
a test the Discord community, and we're being pretty honest, but
Yeah,
we haven't. We haven't, I guess. We don't have a good reason why we haven't.
yeah. I mean, we just, now we don't have a good reason.
That would
Need
probably
more
have to be
time.
like an off-stream game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played that off stream, and I've played Phasmophobia off stream.
I think those off stream connections are important
Yeah.
and are awesome. I think.
What did they eat
So-
today?
I love y'all's channel point redemptions. Britt, you would do the marshmallows, and although you've been
Yes.
doing the saltines recently, do you
Mm.
guys like try to come up with new ones and like rotate them? Like, are you sick of saltines yet?
I am. We've been trying to come up with some new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of different ones in mind. Because I don't know how many more times I'm gonna be able to fit marshmallows in my mouth before I stop enjoying them.
Yeah.
Like, in my general life. So we'll probably bring in another food type challenge. Um, we have the hot sauces as punishment, so I'm sure those will only get worse.
We've had
There
a,
you
a viewer send us some hot sauces, so we've been doing that as like the punishment for like the saltines when I can't finish them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got a chip that I like that I can send y'all.
Ooh, is that, oh,
I heard you're
that's
the only one who
hot,
likes.
hot chip challenge.
One chip challenge.
Or
The
gummy
one
bears.
chip.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
there's
have the
gummy
world's
bear
hottest, world's hottest
Yeah.
gummy bear.
Yep.
Oh, I did see that one. I wouldn't mind shoving gummy bears in my mouth. That might be what I switch the marshmallows
That'd be a good one.
for.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
I wouldn't suggest using the world's hottest ones for that though.
No, definitely not.
No.
So as far as your setup and your gear and everything, is there something we're wanting to upgrade next? Like, or is there another level we want to take our setup to?
I want a new monitor.
Monitor for Brit, chair for Brit,
Yeah. Or at least not like a chair cushion.
a cushion.
Yeah.
She kind of likes the low back
Mm-hmm.
chair.
I
I
like
think
that.
monitor for her.
Yeah. Monitors, because, or maybe like an actual Elgato light, key light.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, she has this Amazon one right now, which actually works fine. But
Yeah.
we could dual because we do cooking stream every now and then. It's one of our point redemptions, and we could probably use her light as like the cooking stream light, so we try to make sure everything we get we could still use
Mm-hmm.
Right.
later down the line, which is kind of even why her PC exists, is because of some old parts I had. So
Yeah, I think
Hell
a
yeah.
new monitor is what I want to aim for.
Right?
Get a third one.
Third one. Oh, and I want my own stream deck.
Those are awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know. So you just like program the buttons and then you push it, right? Like
Mhm.
yeah, you can make it anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be stream related. You can make it like a website or like
Yeah. Like I can just press a
Light.
button on mine right now, and it just automatically goes to Twitch without me having to do anything on the mouse and keyboard.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have one for Twitch and then one for like my creator dashboard. One for Twitter, Facebook, all that.
Yeah, you can do that. You can change your voice. You can do transitions, go from one scene to the next. I mean, it's the possibilities are unlimited with those things. You can make
And you got,
folders
like,
and type
the-
of folders.
You got the multi-action button. So one button, I'll go live, it'll send out a tweet, and it changes my name to say online
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
on Twitter. And then
That's
end
smart.
stream, it'll pretty much undo all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's super awesome.
plus
Uh,
a mute button. Which all of us
Yeah,
have,
plus
either
plus
been
like the
muted or
scene
unmuted.
transitions.
Yes.
But just like Evan did in the beginning in the True Voice with Kelsey is saying, also like I said, if it's something you're hesitant on or you're not sure that you want to get, you can definitely use your phone as well.
Yep,
Mhm.
they have a
As a stream
Elgato.
deck?
Yeah, they
it's
have an
a app.
Elgato app or whatever that's what Evan started doing in the beginning. You can just use
Yep.
your phone and it'll do it all for you.
Yeah, so you'll download the app on your phone and the program on your PC, and you'll pretty much link them, and then you can set it to whatever and test it out and play with it.
Oh, there you go.
It's awesome.
Doing
Such
it
a
now.
cool alternative.
Doing it now.
I will
Um,
say one thing we haven't been able to overcome on a side note is push to talk with Discord. So we play a community game
yeah.
with people. Since there's two of us, it's almost impossible for us to know, like, I don't know when she's going to speak or if I'm going to speak. So we just, our disclaimer. So you got to deal with us yelling at chat the whole time or at the game.
I will get it eventually.
So we get a foot switch. I've seen people do that. It's pretty neat.
I have not seen that. That's actually pretty neat.
Like a little, it's $10 on Amazon. You could just program it to be your mute button for Discord, and then you can step on it when you don't want.
That
Discord
sounds
to hear you.
better. Whenever
Yeah.
I have my if I hold down F, it'll mute me in Discord, but it makes a sound every time I do it, and I hate it. So I'll be playing a game, and every time I hit F, I hear this little sound.
I just feel bad, like if I was like raging out in Call of Duty and it just like I'm just kicking the shit out of that button. I feel like
Did you hear me?
audio coming in and out of like just me flipping out. Like
That would be hilarious.
All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up here on the rundown retrospect. Jeff, you want to leave us out of here, man?
Yeah. As always, guys, we do these every week. I enjoyed having you guys on so much.
I'm sorry for my camera malfunctions. I swear, it's never happened
So
You're a
before.
terrible person. Fix
You
it.
are good.
You know,
Fix your
it
stream,
happens
dude.
when you hit a certain stage in your life. You know, it just sucks.
We're gonna tell Steph.
But this has been the Rundown Retrospect. Britt, Naldo, where can we find you guys?
Naldo, I did it last time. It's your turn.
You can find us on Twitch at Notyourparentsgns. Same thing on Instagram and TikTok, and on Twitter it is NYPGNS.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Evan, where are you at?
I am at Big Deadly Grin on pretty much everything. Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I made a TikTok, but I haven't been super active on that. But I do plan to in the future.
Should.
I shall. We can do stitches and stuff.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
2021 plans already.
Hell yeah.
Love
TikTok is
it.
hard.
We growing together.
That's right.
Michael?
That's what we're doing. Twizzler 803 on everything. Make it super simple for you.
There you go.
Perfect.
I'm the Hefe Plays on everything. And also you can find the Rundown Podcast at the Rundown Podcast on YouTube. We love having you guys on. Like this has been one of the ones I've been looking forward to the most. And this is the best way to ring in the year. So thank you guys so much for being on. Guys, next week we have Linarius on. It will be on at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you check in. She's one of the amazing Team Tosca community members. Other than that, if you guys don't have anything else,
Thank
Thank
you,
you
everyone in
guys
chat.
Thank you guys for having us.
offering to have us
Being
and
up so
having
late.
us, and definitely for changing your schedules to do this with us. That
Yes.
means a lot. Thank you guys.
We're
absolutely.
always nervous doing these things, so thank
You owe me
guys.
some sick time, some PTO time.
There you go.
Just play a game with him. That'll make him happy. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time. Thank you so much for being a part of this. That makes me so happy. And like Jeff said, it was a great way to start off 2021. As always, this has been the Rundown Retrospect, where we want to get to know our up and coming streamer friends, and we want to get to know a little bit more about them. Like I said, you'll catch us here every Sunday. Unfortunately, I won't be here next week, but these two beautiful gentlemen up here at top will be hosting while I'm gone, so I will be watching. So please tune in, and as always, we'll see y'all next time. And don't be a dick.
Bye.
Bye.